Greetings. I'm making a rhubarb cheesecake today because I realized that I've got 16 egg whites in my freezer and I need to get rid of them. So here we go. Okay, starting with half a cup of melted butter, and I'm going to put 2 cups of breadcrumbs for the crust. What am I doing? I know what I'm doing. This is going in a 9 by 13 pan, so I gotta have a hefty amount of crust. Some people add sugar. I do not. There was one point in my life where I basically cut out all sweets, and it destroyed my sweet tooth. And ever since then, I've found basically any kind of prepared sweet thing absolutely unbearable, which is good, but also kind of sucks because I can't enjoy like a cookie from somewhere unless I make it. Like, and even if I make it, half the time I find it way too sweet. But ups and downs to everything, I guess. And I could bake this, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna press it down. What is on my hand? I hope that's just graham dust. I did wash my hands before I began. This is my trusty pan that I use for like everything. If you're ever just starting out with kitchen stuff, just buy like one of something, because you probably don't need more than one of something. So I've got a few 9 by 13 pans that I got before this, and now that I have this one, this is the only one I use. Unless I'm making multiples, in which case it is handy to have more than one. But, you know. The glass one's nice because it doesn't warp. Okay. That could probably be pressed down better at the corners, but I don't really care. Alright, I'm going to toss this in the fridge for a minute while I work on the filling. Oh shoot, I just realized something. Oh well, that's fine. So the thing I forgot is over here. Now will this light help me? I don't have very good lighting in my kitchen. Not really. I need to pull over my lamp. Yes, I have a lamp that I'm using. That was on top of a bowl in case that was making too much noise. Okay, now I can't balance it. Oh no, what's happening? This is a disaster. Why can't I balance it? Why? Okay, got it. Now I need to rinse dust off my hands. Okay, so the rhubarb. I don't know how much this is, probably a little over 4 cups. I'm just going to put it on low heat to let it cook down a little bit, because I'm not mixing it in, because I'm not using a recipe, and given my track record, this is going to crack. This cheesecake will definitely crack. So if I just have like a rhubarb topping, then it'll all be fine. Okay, make sure I got the right order wrong. I've had a problem with this. I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup of sugar and see how it tastes. Now, rhubarb tends to release a lot of water while it's cooking, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit of water in. Just a wee bit so it doesn't, I lost my train of thought, so it doesn't stick to the bottom. It was like not even a 1/4 cup. Okay, so I'm going to give that a little shake, and low heat, cover it, and then adjust my camera again. So I'll be right back. Okay, I can't get a very good angle on this, but can I just say that my KitchenAid mixer is my favorite thing in the whole world, ever. So what I'm doing is 2 packages of cream cheese. I think, well, they're 250 grams, so like 8 ounces. They're at room temperature. One, 2. This is not going to give me a very thick cheesecake layer, but that's okay. I don't want it super thick. I'm going to save one of those to put, save both of those to put my utensils on as I go. Okay. Do I need my measuring cups? I don't think I need my measuring cups for anything. Just wash my hands. I'm bringing this to work and I can like see the cat hair on my hand. I haven't changed to a clean shirt. I really genuinely don't know. Oh, cat hair, hello. It's okay, it'll blend into the rhubarb strings. It's all fine. No, I try to be very careful about not getting cat hair in things that I take to work. If it's just stuff for me, then the caring level is very low. Okay, let's put that on. And I'm going to speed this up while I mix it. In general, the ratio I use is, I haven't made a cheesecake in quite a while, but I think that it's 1/4 of a cup per package, maybe. I'm going to start with 1/2 cup and I'll see how it. This is like the most basic ass cheesecake you can get. But usually the classics are good, right? A friend of mine and I used to make quite elaborate cheesecakes, but kind of tailed off. At one point I had an oven that was completely non-functional and it was so frustrating. So like I used to love baking, and then this oven like completely destroyed any joy that I ever had in baking. Taste. It's not very sweet. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more sugar. P.S. These various cups are from when I'm washing my hands. That's probably a little under 1/4 cup. Let's put that much sugar in, and we'll see. Also, I'm kind of feeling ginger rhubarb vibes, so I think at one point I had this spatula in boiling water and it's so bendy now. It's fine. It still spatulates. Okay, ow, that hurt. Yeah, and when my friend and I first started making cheesecake, we didn't have a mixer, so we would have to mix everything by hand. Oh my god. But I don't know if I would have bought this for myself. I got it as a Christmas/birthday gift. And it's amazing. I'm not having experience having one. Now I would buy one for myself. But I don't know if I would have if I didn't know how great they are. Okay. All right. I'm putting ginger in. How much ginger do I want to put in? Where is my ginger? Found it. Okay. Just put in. Probably can't see because my hand's in the way. Oh my god, is my ginger empty? Oh no. Okay, I gotta go take some ginger out of the cupboard. Ginger. Should probably be careful right now, but I'm not being careful. Should I put vanilla in? I don't know. Let's see how it tastes. I feel like people kind of overcomplicate cheesecake and they think that it's this ridiculously difficult thing to make, but it's really not that hard. Yeah, I've had a lot of practice baking, but it's really not that hard. You just kind of have to roll with it and, like, yeah, I know it's going to crack, so I'm just going to have a topping on it, so that's fine. You don't need to be upset about it cracking. Just have a plan B, or a plan A in my case, because I know what's going to happen. Okay, I'm okay mixing the crap out of this right now because I have not put the eggs in yet. Okay, paste. I think maybe more ginger. I don't want it to be super strong, but that was probably excessive. I don't really need to mix that before I put in the eggs. So this is 8 egg whites that were previously frozen, and also appears to be a little bit of egg yolk from failing to get the egg whites properly separated. But this is from making Phil's cat food. I end up with so many extra egg whites because you're not supposed to put the whites in the food. Yeah, this is like the equivalent of 4 eggs. I just assumed that an egg white is half of an egg. Sorry, I just assumed that an egg white is half of an egg. Pretty sure you're supposed to mix them in one by one, but here we are. We believe in consequences here. Not okay. Might end up a little bit lumpy, but that's okay. I don't want to turn this up too high because I don't want to whip the eggs. Probably would have been better to at least do it in 2 batches, but it's fine. I'm giving measurements for things as though I'm following a recipe. But I'm not. Okay. That looks pretty okay. I'm more hesitant to taste it when it's got eggs in it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, that tastes fine. Okay, my face is way too hot. I'm sweating. I had initially planned to just make this for myself, but I may have mentioned it at work. So, okay, I need to. Okay. Things much harder when you've got a tripod and lamp on the counter. Okay, get out of my way. Okay, there. Here. This way. Yes. Okay, just gonna pour this on. Part of my problem, well, not part of my problem right now is that I don't know how long to bake it. I see some little lumps. Oh well, it's okay. Yeah, I don't really know how long to bake this. I just can keep an eye on it, figure it out. And by keep an eye on it, I mean I'm probably gonna sit down on my couch and forget it and then overcook it. Because, yeah, predictability. Now I'll set a timer for 25 minutes. Oh, I forgot to grease the pan. Damn it. Okay, wait. I still get some of it. Or that might stick. But the rest will be fine. This will puff up a bit. Okay. Spread. 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 Okay. Yeah, promises were made, so I need to make this today. I think the rest that's in the bowl is just suitable to eat myself. Okay, gonna pop this in the oven at, what do I have it set to? 350. I think usually cheesecake's a little, I don't remember, it's been a while. I'm gonna put it in at 350 anyway, and be back in a bit. Okay, cheesecake's done. Unexpected, not unexpectedly, or should I just say expectedly, there's cracks, which is fine. I might have overcooked it a little bit, but that's also fine. Now I'm gonna switch over to the rhubarb because there's a thing I'm gonna do to it. I did end up turning this off. Because it was getting a little bit overcooked. turn that back on. It's still pretty warm. So since I don't want it to be too runny, I'm going to put in some cornstarch. I'm almost out of cornstarch. Hopefully I've got more somewhere. It's not like me to run out of baking things. Okay, cornstarch. And clearly I was not super prepared for this. Okay, and I did not add any more sugar because I thought it was sweet enough. So that's like a couple tablespoons worth of cornstarch. I did also add bits of water kind of here and there while the rhubarb was cooking. Just mixing this with some water. And also getting it all over myself. Just so it doesn't go all clumpy. And I'm not going to cook this very long. Not enough for the cornstarch to dissolve. Stir, stir, stir. Would have been better if I had had the heat on, but I did not. So we're stirring. This is kind of an unpleasant color, but I did consider putting in some food coloring, but I don't really care enough. Let's be real. Okay. I want this to start simmering again without burning at the bottom. If I wait and go sit down, it's going to burn at the bottom. I knew it. I knew it. We're stirring. Yeah, so the reason that I stopped baking, and when I say my old oven sucked, there was one time I tested it with a thermometer, and I had it set at, I think, 275 equaled 350, and then 225 equaled like 175. And then you'd try using it again at a different time, and the temperature would be completely different. Yeah, it was hell. I hated it. So I stopped baking, and that went on for years. But now I've got an oven that's not new, but it's a replacement, and it's better. So that's nice. Okay, is that enough? I don't want to go too hard here. It's still not simmering. I want it to simmer. I thought it was making noise, but that's just upstairs. Stirring, stirring, stirring. Starting to look a little bit different. Hopefully that's enough cornstarch to get it to set. If it's not the end of the world. I just don't want it to be too goopy. And I guess I'm not really calling this cheesecake. I'm going to call it cheesecake bars because it's more bars than cheesecake. Why is it not simmering? My God. Who would have known that it cooled down that much with the lid on? But it seems to have done that. Okay, I'm going to cut this out until it simmers. Literally the second I decided to stop talking, it started simmering. Did you see something black in there? I did. Okay, that. Speck of something. Okay, now Oh, I don't really want to move everything around again. So, cat hair. I just took this out of the oven, so it's still pretty hot. Pop it up here and pour mustard on. I'm sure it would be wiser to let the cheesecake cool first, but I'm not doing that because I don't really have the patience for it. Alright, probably all you can see is the bottom of the pan. Pot. Okay. Is that better? I can't really see. We're still figuring this out. Okay. That's good enough. Spread this out. Now watch everybody that I bring. Well, when I work tomorrow, when I bring it, there'll be like one person who likes rhubarb. Rhubarb's one of those things that not a lot of people like, but I like it, and that's what matters. See, look, doesn't. This is why you just put a topping on cheesecake, because then you can't see if it's cracked. It's all good. Okay, I'm gonna let this cool on the counter for until it's room temperature, and then pop it in the fridge. Then I guess tomorrow I'll slice it. I don't know. I'll slice it at some point. Okay. Okay, this is what it looks like after chilling. Just ignore these water spots if you can see them. That's just condensation. So is it? Yes, I can cut it with this kind of knife. It's just going to be a bit of a struggle. Okay. Cut a piece. I'm going to end up going to work. I'm bringing it with a piece missing because I don't care. I'm going to eat some. Okay. I waited overnight. I'm not going to wait anymore. Layers. Can I get a good picture? I mean, a good video of that. Be a bit of a struggle, apparently. This way better? Yes, that's better. Okay. Cheesecake bars. I think the crust is a little bit thick, but it might be better in other places. We'll see. And they taste good. Good times. Very well.